a thing to it like weather forecast for the internet. We find and we stop it. Yesterday, more than 100 million people and businesses avoided becoming victim of cyber attacks and cyber fraud thanks to us. Everybody was talking about detection and response. Now, when you want to detect something, it means the attack has already started. I don't like to be a victim. I don't think people will want to.
We don't want that.
So let's build something before the attack happens. So pretty effective at actually stopping crime in its tracks. This sounds like Minority Report, the movie with Tom Cruise.
I was thinking that myself.
Yeah, and the good news is that 20th Century Fox did not trademark PreCrime. Huge. Last year we're talking of tens of billions in scam outcomes. So these crime groups are actually quite wealthy now. They reinvest in other sorts of crime, and their entire nation, North Korea, is very well known as an economy that is fed by cybercrime.
Run your day with runday.ai.
Luigi, hello. Happy Thursday, my friend. How are you today?
Hi, Sanjay. Very good. Thank you very much for the invite.
I am calling from Fort Lauderdale today. I was in Miami last week. I think I might be in Palm Beach this weekend. How about yourself?
So I was in San Francisco last week. I'm in the south of France this week, and I will be in New York and Boston next week.
Oh, I love France. I did study abroad for grad school in Europe, studying hospitality. I was in Switzerland. And when we went to in UK and then went to Paris at the end of it, and did not want to leave. Such a wonderful country.
Thank you. The food is also very good.
Yes, at Fort Lauderdale we have French bakeries.
Oh, okay.
And so they actually use the French flour. And
very nice.
I find the difference is when I eat the French flour croissant or whatever it is, like I eat like a bite, and then I'm satisfied. Like it's the flour. You guys have your flour isn't a genetically modified monstrosity like we have here in the US.
Did you watch the launch of the Artemis rocket yesterday? Because I think you can see it from Cape Canaveral from Fort Lauderdale, or is it too far away?
We can see it, but I think the cloud with the clouds, it was raining, so I couldn't see it because of that. But no, I saw a little bit of on YouTube. So yeah, no, impressive feat.
Absolutely, I'm so excited that we're back on going to the moon. It's big sci-fi and technology fun. So it's it's always fantastic thinking that there are these people in the space now going there. It's great.
Yeah, and there's use cases now. Like there's helium-3 deposits. There's the things we can do on the moon to build a lot of satellites that are useful on Earth and across the solar systems. I think we've miniaturized our technology so much more. There's so many more use cases today than there were 50 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, tell me more about your business and how you're helping customers.
Sure. So I'm the founder of BforeAI, PreCrime. We do predictive cybersecurity. A thing to it like weather forecast for the internet. We find criminal and cyber attack infrastructure before it's ready for the attack, and we stop it before the first victims are made. Yesterday, more than 100 million people and businesses avoided becoming victim of cyber attacks and cyber fraud thanks to us. Company started about 4 years ago, based in New York City. We have fantastic customers in critical infrastructure, national grids and things like that. In manufacturing, companies like Philips and Signify, software companies like Atlassian, some of the social media provider. In finance, some of the payment processors, banks like Vox Bank and others, and brands like Primark, brands like some of the luxury companies. So really wide net of industry covered, because nowadays, as we hear every day, cybersecurity and cyber attacks are becoming so pervasive that those companies want to be one step ahead of the criminals, and that's where they call us.
Talk more about how you move companies left of the boom and what that means.
So left of the boom means, so first of all, why I started the company, right? So 4 years ago, everybody was talking about detection and response, assuming the breach as a, kind of a mantra for cyber. Now, when you want to detect something, it means the attack has already started. You're already in the back foot. You're already a victim. And my thought at the time was, in this industry, we generally go to extremes. So it means that in the coming years, we're going to all be reactive. Everybody has to accept to be a victim. I don't like to be a victim. I don't think people will want to.
We don't want that.
So let's build something before the attack happens. And the company name is Before Attack Intelligence. The other AI followed later on. And so the technology is not dissimilar from what is used in predictive maintenance in the industry or in recommendation engine on places like Amazon and Netflix. It's a predictive prescriptive analytics engine that analyzes vast trove of data that we collect from the internet to make these weather forecast like predictions. Just a lot more precise because we get it right 99 to 95% of the time, a median 3 weeks before the attack happened, and we shut it down 93% of the time before the attack happened, before the first victim is made. So pretty effective at actually stopping crime in its tracks.
When you started this, talk about how you helped those first set of customers when you started the business.
It's very interesting. So first of all, the origin is kind of a spin-off from a university study. So my co-founders and this university were working on this topic for about 10 years. And I was lucky to be invited to a program where I met them. And you know, the first reaction when they explained me their data pipeline and prescriptive analytics was, this sounds like Minority Report, the movie with Tom Cruise.
I was thinking that myself.
Yeah, and the good news is that 20th Century Fox did not trademark PreCrime. So as you can see, is our product name, PreCrime. And so that's, you know, that's how we started.
And you did, it looks like you did trademark it.
Yes, we did. We do own the trademark, and it's the name of the product. And really, I would say that the early engagement with customers, first it was more about, hey, we have this technology, we are working at this. Do you see this could solve some of your problems? And interestingly enough, very quickly, we had a few that came back say, okay, we had this fraud a couple of weeks ago. Do you know about it? And we had data like a month earlier or 2 months earlier. And so we showed them this data. They got excited. We started to work in design partnership, building the products. And so the first, I would say 2-3 customers, it wasn't really a product yet. It was more of a technology being adapted to their use case. And then we saw what was actually working and providing value, and we structured it to make it repeatable and productizing it and starting to scale it.
And in the age we're at today, you know, there's of course a lot of criminals using AI for different things. Talk about that as well as how you're leveraging AI to fight it.
Yeah, I think, you know, I would say that today the biggest problem we see on the criminal side is that the use of this type of technology is making crime extremely accessible. In past years, becoming a cyber criminal, you know, required a lot of technique. It required, you know, very, how to say, expert to run these cyber attacks. Nowadays, we have what I call the prompt kiddies, that are these, you know, people, teenagers or not, across the globe using this technology to do, you know, phishing attacks at scale, credential stealing at scale. And the problem is that it's not just the individuals, it actually get very organized. So nowadays there are entire gangs, if you want, organized crime, you know, mafias, if you want, that run this type of schemes with scam compounds in Cambodia.
Yeah, I heard. I heard one of the stories I heard about.
Right.
One of the spaces was that there were these casinos in China, and they had to shut down for COVID, but they had these buildings and these people, so they just had everyone do these different type of, you know, dating scams and things like that, where you're thinking you're talking to somebody in your city, and it's really someone at a former casino in China.
And what is even worse is that in some cases, the people that are doing it are actually themselves victim because they're being kidnapped.
No, I heard that part as well. That's the worst part of it.
You know, fake jobs offered to people in Africa that speak good English, that travel to Thailand, get kidnapped, you know, off the airport, brought into Cambodia, into this scam compound, and, you know, they have to basically regain their freedom by scamming people. So it's horrendous, and it's unfortunately huge. You know, last year we're talking of tens of billions in scam outcomes, I would call it, not revenue. So these crime groups are actually quite wealthy now, and they reinvest in other sorts of crime. And their entire nation, you know, North Korea is very well known as an economy that is fed by cybercrime. So it's very important what we do, not just because, of course, we save the people and their savings and whatnot, and their sanity as well. It's more people really victimized.
Well, I'm very glad somebody is doing something about it. What's the best way to work with you? Should they reach out to you on LinkedIn or just book a demo on your website?
Definitely the website. They can even speak with our customer. You see the quick chat with the customer. We have an LLM that's been trained by one of our customer. Otherwise, they can reach me on LinkedIn, Luigi Lenguito. There is only one. So feel free to connect, to send me messages, and I'd love to talk more about predictive security.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Run your day with runday.ai.